Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Myself, Manya Khanna, and I am the Operations and Corporate Relation Associate. Welcome you all on behalf of Karuna Mediation and Arbitration Institute and our founder, Mr. Sahil Kapoor. So, being a family dispute resolution practitioner and a mediation enthusiast, he founded Karuna Mediation and Arbitration Institute with a vision to spread awareness of mediation for resolving disputes with compassion and empathy. So, Karuna Mediation imparts IMI and CMC recognized mediation training in coordination with Essential Mediation Solutions, United Kingdom. And for details, you may check our websites and LinkedIn page, everything. Thank you. So, further in progress and awareness towards our vision, we organize related webinars to spread the awareness about mediation for students, professionals, and who all will be the future building blocks for this career platform. So, in today's webinar, we will be on mediation as a profession series 2 to impart and share knowledge about today's topic. Our guest speaker, Ms. Iram Ma'am, an advocate and mediator, Ms. Iram Majid, will throw a light to all facts and related to mediation as a profession and how one can be a successful mediator. So welcome, ma'am. So ma'am has been an experience of more than 16 years in the legal industry, handling a wide range of criminal, matrimonial, civil, and various other matters inside the court as an advocate and outside the court as a mediator. Ma'am is also associated as a director of IIAM and executive director of the Asia Pacific Center for Arbitration and Mediation, and also a co-founder and secretary general of the International Federation of Mediators in France. Ma'am also an associated member of Chartered Institute of Arbitrators in London, UK, is also empaneled as an arbitrator in Delhi, International Arbitration Center, Delhi, Thailand, Australia, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Hong Kong, and so many other countries, sorry. Also empaneled as a mediator with the Global Panel of United States Nations Development Program of Ombudsman. And ma'am has undergone various trainings of arbitration and mediation at many reputable institutions, including IIM, Harvard Law School for advanced mediation training on negotiation in Harvard Law School and Pepperdine University, California. In 2019, ma'am has won the BIMAC Top 10 Mediators in Asia Pacific Awards and also an author to a book, Mediation, Theory to Practice, which is being published by the Thomson Reuters. So recently, ma'am has also completed the APCAM Certified Trainer International Mediation Program. Congratulations, ma'am, and it's a pleasure to have you with us. So before proceeding further, I request all the participants to keep their mic on mute and if possible, do switch on your camera so that we can have the live interactive sessions with ma'am. And I request everyone, if you have any questions, then will be taken at the end of the session. You can write your questions in the chat box, and if in any questions left to answer, we will try to answer later. And if any questions left to ask, you may write us later on our email ID or at our LinkedIn page. We will try to answer them all. Thank you. So ma'am, as in our previous webinar on this topic series of mediation as a profession in one, our speaker AJ Jawad has shared his viewpoints on the mediation as a profession. So today we will be discussing your viewpoints on the same topic. So shall we start, ma'am?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Manya, for this warm welcome. And see this topic which I'm going to speak. Mostly, I could see my my students who have been heard me for I think more than 10 times on this topic. So I do not know what is going to be new for them, but again they are here. So I'll try to give some new insight for all of you. And after Mr. Jawad, so it will be very difficult for me to be on the topic because he is a very renowned mediator and my senior also. So I'll try my best for this. And thank you from the Karuna Mediation to invite me for this lecture. And Before I start with this, I would like to say one thing, that whenever it is something to talk about the arbitration, then I have to think from my mind, and when when I have to speak about the mediation, so then it's something from my heart. So thank you so much again for inviting me. As all we know that the mediation is something which is the growing profession, and it is not domestic profession. It is not it is a global profession now. So because it liberates jurisdiction and there is no boundaries in this profession. So as a career, I think this could be the best thing, because now mediation is uniting the borders, and that is how we can go for the mediation. As you have given me the task to talk about the profession, how we can go about for the profession, and also the toolkit which we need to have. And also along with this, I would like to discuss about that, how what are the things you can need to skill to develop your skill set in this, and how you can go ahead while in the college. So before that, I would like to stress a little bit upon that from where I have come from, because what Manya has told you, that is my professional journey. But Section will be smiling when I say that I would like to tell about my personal journey as well. So professional journey is something which will be giving you the tip of the iceberg, that where this person is standing, what all the things in the plate, and the plate is full and the crown is feathered. So all these things you can understand once you will be introduced in this kind of platform, where your achievements will be highlighted. But I think we are on the platform today, and we are going to discuss something which is very serious about the profession, about your career. So I think I should discuss that from where I have come from, and I would like to discuss not only the achievement, but how I have achieved all those things. I don't hide anything. I always believe in sharing the things. I always believe in sharing, the obstacles and the way how I have moved, so that I think from any of my of my attributes, or from my struggle, you may resonate with that, and you may be able to connect with something, and you will be taking it ahead. So I would love to see all of you, somewhere, sometimes with me, beside me, or ahead me. So that is what my endeavor is. So before that, I begin with what you need to do. And also I would like to tell you that I myself, Iram Majid, when I am appearing before you today, sometimes I feel that how I was when I was in college. So when I was in college, I was a very timid personality, very shy personality, and I was very, very apprehensive at what I will be doing after completing this law, this 5 years course, what I will be doing down the line after 5 years, because I was the first generation lawyer, and I have no one to guide me in my professional, in my college life. And that time was not as happening as now. You people are having the power of social media. You can connect anywhere. There are a lot of moods happening on the mediation and other aspects. The ADR, I only, I just learned ADR just for the purpose of securing good marks. And I secured good marks, and then I forgot about it. I had never in my imagination that I will be the person who will be pursuing my career in ADR, and I will become famous in ADR. And even the mediation conciliation difference, hardly I knew about it. And the only thing which I was, I did in my course, in my 5 years journey in my college, that I was very persistent, I was very hardworking, and I secured good marks. So I was a position holder. So when that journey was over, then I was having only mark sheet in my hand, and with that mark sheet I came to Delhi. With that mark sheet only, I had nothing in my hand. I have no idea that where I will be going to stay, what I will be going here, and how I will be building my career into it. I was having my market in my hand, and that contains, good marks, and that was a proud thing for me, and I brought that. And then I went to one senior and I said, see, this is my mark sheet, and I want to join you as an associate, and I want to work with you. And then she asked me whether you have enrolled with the bar council or not. I said, no, I am not done any bar council registration. And she asked me whether do you have any profile. I said, I am not very good at it. and I have no profile with me. I have my mark sheet only, and this is my phone number. And that phone number I have taken from Delhi, new phone number of Delhi number, and I said this number and this thing, and I am leaving it to you, my number, and this is my my mark sheet. And whenever you feel that I am just capable of doing work with you, please do call me. And I was like very straightforward, innocent kind of person. I don't know how to speak and all. So I told her, if you feel that I am capable of doing work with you, then please do call me. And she called me. 2 days after, she called me and she said, I have gone through your market. It is fabulous. And I want that you should join me. Then that is how I went to that chamber and I started working with that. First 3 months, she asked me only to, to work with the clerk and how to write on the envelope, the addresses, how to do the registered post and all. And that time I was losing my, my patience, that I have come all the way from my hometown. And I said to all of them that I will be proving myself. I will not come back to my hometown. I will be doing something good. And I came there and I am writing just the name on the envelopes and all those things. And how long I will be staying here? So I have to go back. But, as I told you, and I will be discussing this, that no work is small and no work is worthless. See, every work will teach you something. And that time, my senior was testing my patience. And she was, testing that whether I could be there in the office, how long and what is my integrity and all. And one day she said, okay, go to the court. And now it's the time to start going to the court. And I started going to the court. And you will not believe that in a day, I used to have 10 to 15 files in my hand, and I keep rushing in the court. And those corridors, whenever I'm in those corridors, I see myself, I visualize myself that how I used to run in these corridors 10 years ago. And the court also recognized this, judges also recognized this. And first 3 years of my practice, I got my first arbitration in my hand. That is how, with your hard work, with your sincerity, with your persistence, you will be recognized. So this is the entire thing which I'm telling you, that if I could do it, why you can't do it? So that is how I got my first arbitration case, and I proved myself in that. And that was the time I never turned back. And I used to get a lot of arbitration, lot of work from the court itself. And in my early career of life, I got into mediation. And when I got into mediation, so I was doing one mediation case, and that was a very difficult task for me, because that person was suffering from cancer, and that dispute was pending for last 25 years. And then I, somehow I handle that dispute, and I come to know that the justice, if it is not delivered timely, it is not a justice. So access to justice can be done through mediation. So then thereafter, I made mediation as my, as my first priority in my career. Then I shifted completely, because I have to explore more. Doing mediation, just managing the dispute is the one side. If you want to excel into it, you need to see mediation from all dimensions, from all sides. So I thought that I need to explore more. Just mediating the cases are not sufficient for a person to be an ADR expert. I need to do a lot. Then I went to Pepperdine, and I went to Harvard Law University. And then I just gave 2 complete full years to myself. And everybody used to say, what are you doing? Mediation is not going to take you anywhere. And please stop this, idiotic activities and all. I said, no, just give me 2 years. Just give me 2 years. And you will not believe, within 2 months, I got my first break. And I was in Bangladesh to teach the judges, to train the judges and the lawyers for the mediation. And then 1 year assignment every month I was in Bangladesh. So that is how I'm telling you that if you will have some fire in you, and if you have some commitment in you, and then God will help you. And that is what the Paulo said in the Alchemy, in this book Alchemy, that if you think something, your thought become your thing, and everything will conspire to get those things for you. And that is how I feel that I have not chosen ADR, but ADR has chosen me. So this was something which is, I am telling you, below the that iceberg. now you have seen that what I have achieved and all, you have to understand that how hard I have, worked to achieve all these things. So that was not easy. Struggle is going on right now also, but the attitudes has changed. That is the underlying story about it. So now I would like to tell you about that. If you want to take it as a profession, so what all the things you can do in this. So the first thing is that you can become, or you can become a service provider. So this is service. The service provider is something that you can see that the Corona Mediation Center, they are also service provider, where they will be providing trainings, they will be providing, if you will be having rules and all, I have no idea if they will be developing the rules. So with their rules, they can provide the arbitration and mediation administrative support to the people who want to conduct arbitration and mediation. So that could be done through them as well. So that is how IAM, Indian Institute of Arbitration and Mediation, and APCAM, Asia Pacific Center for Arbitration and Mediation, we have rules. So with those rules, people come to us that they want us to administer their their dispute. So that is what you call the service provider. So you can be a service provider, you can be a tribunal secretary, you can be a mediator, you can be a mediation counsel, you can be a teacher in mediation, you can be trainer in mediation, you can be, see, it's a deep sea. If I give you, if I keep on going to this, the list is unending. You can work with UNCITRAL, you can work with United Nations, you can work with International Court of Arbitration, you can work with any international institution, ICC. You can work with any international institution, because I told you this is not a domestic practice, it is a global practice. The only thing is you need to understand how to climb in that direction. So if you will be so sensitive or efficient to think in that manner, I tell you, nothing is possible, nothing is, or anything is impossible. You can achieve that as well. How to achieve all these things, I'll be guiding you in my session today. So the first thing is, as I told you, tribunal secretary. So many institutions like IAM, APCAM, and other institutions, they might be having one person who will be as a case manager, or who will be as a tribunal secretary. Even in, this is what I am talking about, the domestic institutions, but SIAC, Hong Kong Arbitration Center, Malaysian Kuala Lumpur centers, they all centers are having the scope of the tribunal secretary. So they have the course, and then after that you will be you can join those institutions as a tribunal secretary, and that is remunerative also, very good money you can get from there. And I told you about the trainers and all, that after having 40 hours training, so that is mandatory by the Supreme Court MCPC committee. 40 hours training you have to do. After completion of the 40 hours training, you can be a mediator, you can be a trainer as well. For that, you need to brush up yourself with the international pattern. After that, you can be a trainer as well. And if you want to a mediation counsel, so for that, one thing I would have to tell you, because there is a lot of FAQs on this, frequently asked questions, that can we do mediation training, and with the mediation training, can we become the mediation counsel or not? So mediation counsel is a mediation coach, consultant and all. This thing is not very common in India. And this is the mediation consultant, for which there is a different training altogether. One training, what we are going through and what is the common in India, is the training for the mediators, but for the mediation advocacy and the mediation consultant, there is a different training. And when I was in the Paris in the ICC event in 2018, so I met one person, and he was the person who was master in mediation advocacy. I requested him, sir, can you come with in our country, and can you train the people on the mediation advocacy? He said, yes, definitely I'll come. And then he came in 2019. I gave my along with him, I gave first training in India so far for the mediation advocacy. And since then we are continuously giving the training for the mediation advocacy, and we have trained many lawyers, many non-lawyers in the mediation advocacy. I can see that all the people who are participating in this session are the young people. So the young people, it is a very difficult task for the parties you to appoint as a mediator, because they are submitting their dispute in front of you. So how they will be trusting. The trust factor is which is very, very important, and how they build rapport with the person who is younger to them, because they feel that my dispute is having so much of spirals. If these spirals cannot be unwired or unwind by a person who is younger to me, you just think about yourself. If you will be having a difficulty, you will not go to a person who is younger to you. You will always look upon the solutions to a person who is senior to you, who is having experience. The same is in the mediation. The newly or the young people, if they are mediators, so the parties are very, very apprehensive. Only you can get appointment through your friends and with your peer surroundings. So for you, I would like to say that mediation advocacy is the best step to enter into this profession, because if you will be into mediation advocacy, then it is very easy for the lawyer, for the parties to take you as a consultant, as a coach, and in the mediation. And there is a survey conducted, and that survey, it was told that mediator, on one mediator, we need 100 mediation lawyers. Then only this mediation profession can be a successful, because you cannot put all the burden over the mediator, and you the parties and the lawyers, they will be going to a different tangent, and the mediator will go to a different angle. Then the resolution will not happen. The resolution will happen only when all these people, they are having a different role, they sync each other, and then the miracle happens in mediation. So that is how the mediation advocate or the mediation consultancy is something which is very important and very good. And you can, it is a standalone profession based on the Singapore Convention, and you can excel into it. I have seen many international people, they are mediation consultant, and they are writing in front of their in profile and everyone, mediation consultant. And after that, even if suppose if all these kind of, see what these law firms are doing, in the law firms you hardly see any person who is acting as an arbitrator or who is acting as a mediator. But the dispute resolution team, the lawyers will go as a mediation lawyer or go as a arbitration lawyer. So you need to understand that the advocacy skills in mediation is different. So that is something which is very important. You need to think about the mediation advocacy, how you can start your practice into it. And believe me, you can bring the change, because if I'll be discussing these things with another person, that person may not understand this, because they are trained into adversarial system. And for the collaborative practice or this system, you need to unlearn. So we have to do a lot of things together. We have to relearn, we have to unlearn, and we have to additionally learn so many things. So what I am telling today is not something which I'm saying unlearning, but you can have an additional learning about this ADR mechanism of this mediation profession. So these are the things you can do. But how to achieve this? Because telling that there are these profession are exist in the society and all, it is very easy. But how to how to reach to those profession, or what skills you need to have to be a good mediator or mediation consultant and all, how to achieve that? That is the moot question, that how to achieve that. So for that, I would like to tell you that the most important thing is, if you are a lawyer, so no, if you are a student and if you are still in the college, then you should do a mediation internships. See, don't look for any other thing, exclusively look for the mediation internship, or if otherwise, if this will go for the arbitration also, the arbitration internships. So there are people who are doing mediation. Let's suppose if you join somebody and that person is doing mediation as an untrained mediator or untrained mediation counsel, then you are not going to learn anything there, because they will be doing the same thing what they are doing in the court. They will be fighting inside a room. So what you have to choose, you have to choose or select your internship very wisely, that the person with whom you want to go for the internship, you have to see that whether this chamber is completely or exclusively for ADR, or this chamber, if suppose they are having additional work for the ADR, so whether they know how to use these ADR skill set, whether they are trained into it, so that you should, after some time, you should not say that we have to unlearn what we have learned from our senior. So that is why it is very important that you should understand that which chamber you are using, which institution you are using. And for this, I would like to say the best thing is institution, because in institution, You can learn not only the skills, you can know how to manage the file, you can know how to do the case management, you can know how to provide the services, you can know the administration, and you can know the mediators and the arbitrators also. So, and one go you can see different dimension, different dimension of this practice, of the ADR practice. So internship is something which is very important, and if suppose if you interested in internships in international institutions, so SIAC is giving the internship opportunities for the 6 months, 3 months down the line. If you want, then you can search on the website. They are providing internship opportunity. ICC is providing internship opportunities. Even HKIAC and different organizations internationally now, institutions, arbitration institutions, the mediation institutions, they are open up for the these kind of internships. So you can join that. Second thing is that moot competition. If suppose if you are a student and if you are still in in the college and you have time left, then please join some moot competitions, which is mediation competitions and all, because mediation is a process. It is not theory. If somebody says that I can teach you mediation, nobody can teach you mediation. We can demonstrate mediation, we can show you mediation practice. So if suppose if you want to learn about mediation, please do some moot competitions. If those competitions will give you first-hand experience that how to do the mediation. I can say that here Shreya and Akshat, I don't know whether Akshat is here or not. So Shreya and Akshat, they are going for the ICC competition recently, and I am coaching them, and they can be, I think they can resonate with me when I'm saying that apparently if you talk about mediation, it looks completely different, but the moment you will be playing a role and you will be going for the competition, it looks completely different altogether from the what you can see from outside. And the moment you will prepare for one mediation competition, how much benefit it is, I can give you the benefits. See, one thing is you will know how to find out the underlying interest. That is always not possible, even the judges, even by the lawyers, that how to understand the interest, because interest is something which is much below this iceberg, and nobody can reach to the interest easily. So after this, you can understand the underlying interest, you can understand how the other parties expectation, and you can understand a case management, and you can understand how to prepare the memorandum, how to be into a collaborative practice. So you will learn so many things together, and beside that there will be a good opportunity for networking, because networking is the opportunity which will not be available to you until and unless you will be going in such competition. If it is an international competition and if it is happening offline, then I can bet that nothing can be a better opportunity for you to have a network. And network is more important than your work, because your network will take you. And sometimes people says that I am stuck, I am not moving ahead. Then I always suggest, please join a group which is which is eminent, of having eminent people and intelligent people, and those who are reaching toward their goal. So suppose the moment you will connect with those kind of people, automatically you will be moving. You have no idea that I am moving, but that group will take you to some destination. So please be associated with the people who have the same goals, because that same goal people will take you to the desired destination. This is what my experience is. Whatever I am telling is not something which is from bookish or heard from anybody else. I am telling you my own experience, what I have learned in my life with my all struggle. So so you have to have a good network in this. And once you are joining the mediation competitions and all, so you will be seeing other parties who will be opposing, but those parties, that time they will be opposing, but they are having the same intention in their mind, that to grow in ADR. And see, when I was in the Harvard, so I had a lot of my classmates, but I found that there was a sync between 3 or 4 students too much, and one person from Morocco, one person from France, and I was from India, another from Hong Kong. So that is how we made a association that is called Mediators, International Federation of Mediators. We formed that organization, and that organization was is in registered in France. And the first function delivered by me, I was the chief speaker in that, and that was in Morocco. See, once you, that is what I'm saying, network is more important than your work. If I would have not been going there, how would I have got this kind of network? So for you also, the network is most important. So you have to create that, and that could be done with such kind of competitions. Another thing is membership. You have to gain the membership of such institution where you can be in that circle, and you will be aware about the new trend of ADR. Like ICC provide the free opportunity of a membership to the students, so you can become. And recently even CRB is looking for the ambassador, regional ambassador. So if you are member of CR, if you will become the member of ICC, you will become the member of international London Court of International Arbitration. Take membership of AIAC, that is AIAC is Kuala Lumpur Arbitration and Mediation Center. And also you can take the membership of this there are a lot of institutions, I think, which are CR, and also they are free membership for the student. Even SIAC, Singapore International Arbitration Center. So you can join the YCAC. So these groups, the moment you will join these groups, they keep on having, they are having academies. They keep on having sessions every month or so. You can join those sessions free of cost, and that will be moving with the group. This is what I say, moving with the group. It is not just standing with the people and they are moving and you are moving. This is also called moving with the group. When you hear something, when you learn something, you will think about it and you will act on that. So this will be also very helpful to you if you join certain organizations. And please do that. If you are not moved so far for such organizations, please take membership, because it is a good opportunity for all of you. It is free of cost. Why not? What is the harm in that? So that could be done. Which books and what material you need to study to achieve your professional targets and all. So I could say that you should read UNCITRAL model law. Now the UNCITRAL model law on by the United Nations on the mediation 2022, that is something which you can understand what mediation is. Don't wait for your mediation law in India, because that is in a very bad shape. I was the one who made the presentation before the parliament committee, standing committee, and the name is also in the standing committee report, and that is a mess happening there. So don't look your mediation bill so far. If you want to criticize, then you can read that, but read model law, UNCITRAL model law, just very thin, just 19-20 sections, articles. So that is one thing. Another instrument is mediation guide. The mediation guide is something which is also done by UNCITRAL. That is a beautiful guide by which you can know more about mediation, that how to conduct mediation. So there is a mediation guide and text also and rules. So these 4 instruments by UNCITRAL, I'll recommend all of you to go about and to read. And another thing which I would like to recommend is my book, that is Mediation Theory to Practice. And the launch is on 5th of September. All of you are invited. So the book launch is in Delhi, Indian International Arbitration, Indian International Center, IIC, New Delhi. So the book launch is there, and that book, why I am saying that book, it is not just I am exaggerating, because that book contains each and everything from the practice, from the theory, my all cases, my live experiences. I have shared everything in that book, and communication in detail, and career aspect, how to build your career, that is also has been discussed in detail. It is based on the Bar Council of India, so that book is very important. And if you want to learn more, then Getting to Yes is also a very good book by Roger Fisher. And these small books, these are very good books. So you can read this and you can build up yourself on that. There is one more book that is called what is that? That is Kenneth Cloak book. I'll give the name of that book. That is also Mediation Dangerously, I guess. Mediation Dangerously. So that is also a very good book. So you can read this material. But these are the books which have the author's view. But the law which I told you, UNCITRAL model law, UNCITRAL rules, UNCITRAL text and guide, this is not having any opinion, but this is based on the best practices all over the world. See, this is what you can do. Another thing is which I would like to ask you to write and read. So write and read is blogging and reading. This is something which is very important. You should write blog, you should write paper, you should write something in mediation. And the more you write, you will be having an idea about that subject, because you will be doing research as well. See, yesterday I was presenting one paper in one international organization connected with the UN regarding the climate change, the dispute which have impact on the climate change impact on the dispute. See, before that presentation, I had no idea that how severely the dispute are impacted by the change of 1 degree change in the Celsius, 1 degree change in the Celsius, how that kind of dispute can impact, how that kind of change will impact on the human dispute. And when I found out the data and I was working on that, you will not believe that maximum dispute, even the armed conflicts and all, are related to the climate change. So it is so connected. So that paper presentation gave me a lot of ideas to work into the climate change field. So when I even still now, when I present one paper or I came to one webinar, one thought gave me a lot of things to add on to my career or existing, bucket. So why you can't do it? So that is why reading and writing is something which is very important. By way of this, something will click to you, and you do not know where that click will lead you to what destination. And that is my personal experience. And I am telling you that, see, if I hear a few people and one thought they says, I synthesize it into a different way and I come up with a new aspect in mediation. I come up with a new aspect, I come up with a new project. So that is how you also have to think in that manner. If you are attending some sessions, if you are writing something, if you are reading something, don't read that literally. Don't read that literally. You have to develop certain ideas out of it. The moment you will be in a habit of developing something and creating something, you will be the leader. The people who follow already people's pattern, that is those people are followers. If you want to become leader, then you have to contribute something. Unless you will not contribute, you cannot become the leader. So that's what I want to say, that please try to be innovative with mediation and try to add glamour to it. Try to make money out of it. It is not that you can't make money out of mediation. Try to make money, make it more commercial. It's not that the mediation is for the poor. Court is taking care of the, what you call people who are less prosperous and all. Those kind of people, this court is taking care. But now even in the court, if you will go for the pre-litigation matters, this is not cheaper. It is not cheaper. But somehow in the beginning, we have associated the word cheap with the mediation, and that is creating the problem. You people have to remove that word cheap and you have to make it most affordable dispute resolution mechanism. You have to change it. So it may be cost effective, but I tell you it is not cheap. Right? So you have to add professionalism, you have to add glamour to it, you have to make it more commercial. And that could be done not to take mediation in evening 4 to 5 or 4 to 7 thing, but morning till evening thing. That's what I have done. So now I am doing mediation from morning till evening. So that is one of the most important aspects. You have to understand that if you want to shift your practice or if you want to make a career, then it cannot be done in the evening, on the evening basis. It cannot be done. Morning I will be doing my court and evening I will be doing my arbitration and mediation. Then I'm sorry to say that arbitration and mediation will also treat you for the hourly basis. So you have to make this as your full-time career. And within a year, you can see the miracle. Many students, they ask me, ma'am, if I join arbitration or I join mediation, can I earn money? How I will be making, how will I make money? Then you tell me, if you join litigation, you tell me down the line 5 years, can you see any scope to earn money? Will your senior will give you that much of money that you will be, throwing here and there and you will be very happy and leading your life, and within 2 years you will go for marriage and you will be taking care of your family? No. So when it is not there in litigation, why you expect so much with mediation and arbitration? It will be better. It will be better because you are not under someone and you will be doing on your own. So it will be better than that. And because we still people around the India, they are talking about arbitration and mediation, but even then there are few people. I can say there are few people. And if it is about the female, you tell me how many female in the legal fraternity itself. So the ratio is already very less. Out of those, how many are mediators and how many are arbitrators? Let's say arbitrator, how many are trainers? So try to find out where there are less people. Go and paved your way. So you have to be very calculative in this. So I can see that there are very few people in mediation who are doing actual mediation and who are doing actual training and who are actually service provider, and how many are having this leading the institutes. So everywhere, if you see, so there is a lot of scope. It is still unexplored area. We are talking too much because we need more people here. So that is how you can read, and by reading and writing, and with this you can also enhance your skill set in mediation. Another thing is, which I always emphasize, and I do not know whether you will be resonate with me or not, that have your mentor. That is something which is very important. Have your mentor, and if there is a mentor, then it will be very easy for you to excel. Very easy. Otherwise you will be confused, and whenever we confuse, we are having two ways, either we have to go here or either we have to go there, and in that confusion you may take any route which may be having a long distance, which will lead you after a lot of spiral, and it will be like a maze. So it will be so, but with the help of your mentor you can be on the right path, and you can select the right way to destination, to lead your destination. Or maybe both these two ways are wrong, and you have to stand there where you were for a while. That may also be told to you by your mentor. So that is why the mentorship is something which is very important. So have your mentor, and be on LinkedIn. See, many people, they say, man, what are the basic things which we need to do when we are pursuing our career? So I always say, first thing, that please, are you on the LinkedIn? This is no, and please be on the LinkedIn. What is this, madam? What I will be doing by having on the LinkedIn? I said, once you will be there and active, then you will see that how it matters. Don't say that it doesn't matter. It matters. So be on the LinkedIn. If you have not updated your account, please update it. If you have not made yet, so kindly create your account. So that is very important, because I told you that your network is more important than your work, and your visibility will make you popular. So because there are a lot of people who are, see, I will not say that everyone who is good in social media, they will be having the same life, actually, but there are, they're famous on social media, and whatever their actual life is, but they are famous on social media, and people want them to associate and give the opportunity. So you should also try to be on the social media, because this is the time which is social media is very active. So you should write there, you should keep on writing, should analyze, judgment analysis, and your sessions, whatever it is, you keep on writing and tag the people to whom you want that their connection should see you. So that also important. And another thing is, which I would like to say in the end, is that is the understanding of technology. See, the understanding of technology is something which is very, very important. And if you fail to understand the technology, the IT people will take over the mediation. Because mediation now, it is going online. It is ODR. So the ODR is the platform whereby from the issue of the notice till the award, or till the settlement agreement comes, the entire thing can be done online. Entire thing, that is by the dedicated platform. So with the dedicated platform, because we are lawyers, we are mediators, we are not techno savvy, we cannot create that platform. So those platform is being created by the IT people, and they are coming to us and they are saying, can you be on our panel? We will be floating the panel. Please be on our panel. And whenever we need you to mediate a dispute, we will call you. So it is not created by the mediators and the mediation people. It is being created by the IT people, and the IT people are taking over the mediation and similarly arbitration also, because they will be the third party and they will be controlling it. So what I am saying, that if you fail, see, I can give you one example, that earlier the lawyers used to draft this lease deed and sale deed, small deeds. So now if you go to the notary, or if you go to any agent or any kind of SDM and all, there are a lot of agents who are sitting, they can give you that kind of affidavits and that kind of lease deed and sale deed. So why? See, that is being taken over, this domain has been taken over by those people. So you have to be hand on of your technology, and you have to have a good understanding of all these kind of, either it is about the, we're talking about the cryptocurrency, or either we are talking about the blockchains. So we have to be very careful about all these things. So with this, I would like to say that these are the skill sets which you need to develop for becoming a good professionals, the profession which I told you. But beside that, one thing is there, that is called accreditations. So if you want to progress, if you want to work internationally, so the accreditation matters. And suppose somebody who is sitting outside, he want to appoint you as an arbitrator or mediator or mediation counsel, and he has not aware about this jurisdictional law or the practices applicable in this place. So that person will see your profile on either Google or LinkedIn or wherever. So if your profile and other person's profile will be same, then what is the edge? So the edge for the international community is that accreditations. So the accreditations is your, I must say that your international driving license. Like international, if you have to drive internationally, you have to have a different kind of driving license. So that is your card to practice internationally. So accreditations are different from certification. Certificate is different and accreditation is different. Accreditations will be given to you by the assessment, by the strict assessment. So after going through the assessment, then you will go for the accreditations. And if you see that CR is giving the accreditations at Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, UK, and that accreditations is very, very costly also and very effective as well, because that carries a lot of weight. And AppCam is also giving accreditations. And even if you heard my introduction when the Manya was telling you about IMI, CR, AICM, AICA, those all were my accreditations. And those accreditations I got after either giving my exams or after showing my hours. See, IMI is if you show your 200 hours of work, then you can get IMI certificate after, no doubt, after having one peer interview and one assessment, either the role play or something. And similarly, if you go for the CR, then also you have to give certain exams, module 1, module 2, module 3, and thereafter you can get the fellowship of those accreditations. So that is something which is again very important for you. And for the AppCam, we have come up with the AppCam accreditations as well. If I think I could have shown you, but since we don't have much time, so you can log into www.appcam.asia. So those are the accreditations whereby I would like to tell you about, because other accreditations are like where you need to have an hours or you need to have an experience of work. After that working experience, you can get accreditations. But these AppCam accreditations, this is Asia Pacific Center for Arbitration and Mediation, those accreditations are having 3 entries. First entry is for the youngsters or the new people who have joined this profession newly. So that accreditation is the entry 1 or the level 1 accreditations. And for that, you have to go for the QAP1. So the level 1 and QAP1 means that you have to do the trainings with the AppCam, either in the mediation, if you want accreditation in mediation, or in arbitration. So both either. And thereafter, during those training, we have certain assessment program, either in the role play or either with the assessment, with the assignment and all. So in that, you have to secure 55% marks. After that, if that training only, you will be eligible to get a level 1 accreditations. That is called in mediation, it is called AppCam certified mediators. So that is level 1. And then level 2 will be if you have 25 hours of dispute, if you have an experience, that is for the experienced people. And then level 3, that is for again 150 hours. So that is how 3 different levels are there. And that 3 level different are the hierarchy, like 1, 2, and 3. For the new and the youngsters and the new people who want to get accreditations can also, they can go for QAP1, QAP2, and QAP3, different level. Why I am telling you this? See, suppose because in accreditation, it is like a cause and effect thing. Like if you don't have experience, you will not get experience, you will not get accreditations. And if you will not get accreditations, you will not get work. To get work, you need to have accreditation, and for accreditation, you need to have your work hours. So that is why it was so difficult so far, so difficult so far. And AppCam has come up with that, and we surveyed the market, and we come to know that no, it is a difficult task for everyone. We want more people to be here. So that is how we started level 1. Level 1 needs no experience. So why I'm telling you this, please be careful what you are building in your profile, how to build your profile, and what to achieve. So because whatever you want to achieve tomorrow, why you have attended this webinar, to know that how you can be, you know, a good professional in mediation. So for that, what are the requirements there? You need to fulfill those requirements, because the step which you will be taking today will be giving you benefit tomorrow. So you have to keep your one step very wisely. So that's what from my side is regarding the nuances and the basic need or requirement for the mediation profession. If you will not able to do it, anyone you missed on anyone, then you will not be able to achieve your purpose. That's what I would like to say. And I am happy to take up any questions if it is there, because but I can say that a lot of people who are known to me have heard on this a lot of time, so they might have not be having any question. So but if even then I'll be happy to have it.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for having such an insightful session and sharing your such an wonderful experience. So I might be listening you first time also. So yeah, some of there are. So listening you for the first time, it's such a wonderful opportunity for us. So I thought, yeah, we can start with Saksham. I think so. Yes, please, Saksham, you may have your questions. And Saksham, just 1 minute. After Saksham, we can have some more questions. And after that, if you have any questions, please write it down on us at our email. And we are happy to solve your queries with ma'am, with our founder, Mr. Sahil Kapoor, and with me also. I will try my best. So yes, thank you. Saksham, you may please have your question.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Saksham.
Thank you for the wonderful session, as always. Ma'am, I do have a doubt, like if somebody wants to get some knowledge or some experience while working with some sort of judiciary work, like in form of lok adalats or paralegal volunteers, in the area like in some sort we are working like mediation in lok adalats. So how one can get to it?
See, Saksham, if I understand correctly, your question is that if suppose you are involved with the lok adalat and all, so how you can get that as an experience? Is it that?
No, ma'am. In the lok adalat form, they need experienced peoples like lawyers with having 10 years of work in litigation and other things. I just want to know for a law student perspective, like are they entertain any a person with having less experience as of a law student to get into in some form of law legal volunteer as a any or in any other form?
So if I understand correctly again, so is it the question says that you're asking me that that the legal aid people or the person who are working in the lok adalat, are they experienced people?
Ma'am, they are experienced people, but are they accept in joining application from law students for like
that okay,
co-mediators,
so that I have no
and
idea. See, that section I have no idea that whether they will allow you to join or not. But yes, 2 days ago there was a girl who came to my office. She told me that she is working with one person who is there in the legal lok adalat, and she had attended those sessions, and that means yes, it is happening.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakshi. Yes, Tanya.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And to attend your session after a long time, ma'am. Ma'am, just a subjective question and to know your views. Uh, while I was discussing with one of the professionals about the career progression in ADR or in mediation in general, so there's always an advice coming up that you should know how does court work, how does litigants work, and how does litigant think about their disputes, which is an angle which a professional comes to know while they're litigating. So there's always a conventional thought put out that you should litigate first and then go for alternate dispute resolution to be taken up as a profession. So what are your thoughts specifically about this?
See, my thought is different. What has been told to you, because they are saying that first to learn adversarial and then unlearn adversarial and then learn collaborative. See, if you see, these are two different process, and for a student or for the practitioner, all kind of tools should be in the toolkit, right? So it is not that for always you will be using litigation or always you will be using ADR. So these tools should be there in your toolkit. And what is the best time to start all these things and all? So this is the very frequently asked question, Tanya, because many people they feel that suppose we will be doing ADR, we should not understand the court work, and if we will be missing on the court work, then how to do all these things. So how to make a sync between these two, and the practice cannot be done in isolation. That you, if suppose if I am doing ADR, then I also go to the court. You can find me in court.
Next time when I have the opportunity to see you in court, I'll definitely come running there.
Yeah. So what I say that suppose you feel that now I will be completely practicing in mediation, I will not go to I will not become a lawyer and all. So for that, I think that you need not to bother about how the court works and all. And the people or the parties, they have a different mindset because they are connected to their dispute, and the lawyers hardly bother about their connection with the dispute, right? But the mediation council, they do concern, they have concerns with the council's problem in a different level, because they are not resolving the dispute at the positional stage, but they will be going beyond the position and they will be finding out the interest of both the parties, and then there will be a different altogether. It's a different game because they will be working towards the mutual gain, and in the litigation you will be working for the personal gain. So for the mediation, if you are going for the mediation, then it is not required. But yes, for the arbitration, that is required, because eventually suppose after doing before the tribunal, you will be going before the court also for the challenge mechanism or for the enforcement. And that also, if let's say that they will be hiring, the party will hire some other people for the court mechanism and all. But the situation in India is that we are doing arbitration the way we are doing litigation. Similarly, like CPC, we say not applicable, but CPC will applicable. We say that this evidence will not applicable, but we do 565B, affidavits. Yeah, that we do file. So that is how we are doing arbitration without having a procedural framework of arbitration. So that is why the people who are telling you that you should learn that, because they know pretty well that the practice of the tribunal will be affected by the practice of the CPC. That is why they are saying this. But if you go internationally and all, no one will be from the legal background. Many few people from the legal background. Even in the United Nations, the people who are working, they are not from the legal background. Even then, they are working in the arbitration and the mediation working groups and all. Why? Because they understand that these are the subjects which are not related to the legal field and all. So that is how they are doing it, and they know the due process, how the process works. But here, unfortunately, it will take time. Then so much time. Then Anjali is also want to know something.
Yes, Anjali, you may raise your question, please.
Good evening, ma'am. It is my second time meeting you. I firstly meet on 7 August with a boot camp.
Oh, there you were there in the toolkit boot camp.
Yes, ma'am. On Sunday It's
I
second
remember.
time. It's second time I am attending.
Yeah. And the same topic.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, after that, I have researched about accreditation. But ma'am, there was a fees regarding getting accreditations.
Yes, Anjali.
Ma'am,
Unfortunately, for every training accreditation, there is fee.
so ma'am, fees is very much. I am not able to pay. So, ma'am, can you tell me how to deal with?
You talk to me personally, Anjali.
Okay, ma'am.
Uh, yes, Akshat.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am, you
afternoon.
mentioned about working in Ancestral and ICJ and ICC. So can you please tell us more about it? What are the scope in it? How can we make a career in mediation or mediation?
Akshat, what is your problem? See, you are going for international competition. See, and what is your, see, this is the way you are moving,
Mhm.
right?
I want to know more about it.
You want to know more about it? I think Manya is looking at me with the popping eyes. I can tell you this on the phone. See, Akshat, you are going to come tomorrow or day after, then we can discuss on this.
Sure, ma'am, no problem.
Yeah, no,
So,
ma'am.
but Manya, I would like to answer one thing to Akshat, that yes, there is an opportunity and you have to go to the website. SIAC is giving 6 months internship, because I have given a lot of recommendation letter for the students, and ICC also, giving, and after doing those internships, I tell you that your life will change. Your life will change. I can bet on this, and I'll help you on that. Don't worry.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. I will talk to you more about this later.
Okay, Akshat.
Me too,
Ma-
ma'am.
yeah. Ma'am, if by your permission, can we have one question, please?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Ma'am, as per what your viewpoints, how one can make the mediation as a first choice in place of litigation?
See, that choice will come from within. If suppose you are a community person, and if you are connected with see, there are a lot of people who don't want to go for the court. They feel that it is an adversarial thing, how I will be fighting and all. So they have this choice for going for the mediation, so that they can go for the mediation. And see, it's a calling. I say, going for the litigation is your something which, after completing your law, you will be going for default for the litigation and for the court practice. But mediation is something which is your calling, and it will come from within. And if you want to choose it, say, this is very tricky question, because it depends upon how you take this profession, how you have seen the people who are growing into mediation, what make you to pursue this career and all. You have to make a clear list that how many years you can be without money. So that is the most important thing. So I think that is
Ma'am, if may I add something? So,
yes.
so for that sense, as ma'am is asking for the true sense, how one would choose the first choice for mediation. So I want to say one word, like if somebody is battling a litigation in a civil dispute for a long time, more than 40 and 50 years, and they suddenly told, like just mediate themselves and resolve the dispute, because you both are not equivalent, and we can't resolve this thing. So in that case, if you see the number of cases, you can just, like there are huge number of litigation advocates and other things, but there are less number of people, and people need solutions, because is if there is a problem, somebody needs solution. So for that one, if it's come from the within themselves, so why not somebody will have a choice, or in the first priority, to be a mediator.
Yeah, thank you, Saksham, for adding such a beautiful answer. And I request everyone, as the time is gone, so if you have any questions from us, from ma'am, you can share us on ma'am ID, also on our ID also. Both IDs are mentioned in the email, sorry, in the chat box. And I request everyone to please fill the feedback form. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am, for having us here, for having such a wonderful session. And thank you everyone participants. And thank you also on behalf of Karuna Mediation and Mr. Sahil Kapoor. Thank you. And I request everyone to fill the feedback form. Ma'am, I would like to know your views on for Karuna Mediation. Anything you have, your thoughts?
And this is a good initiative, Manya, and I think the Sahil is behind this. So Sahil, I know Sahil very well, and I think it is a good initiative. And the only thing which I, if you want to know more, if you want to know a little bit about it, so I should say that you should have some sessions, because many people want to know more technical aspect about mediation, that how it start, how it works, what will happen with the parties, the role of mediator and all. See, you can make it as a capacity building program by one session. You can, if you will be having a technical sessions, then it will be very helpful for the participants, because or how to conduct moot competitions, right? And like how to go for essay writing, what should be the way of the essay writing competitions, because international like CAC and all, they are having essay writing competitions and mediation and all. So I think you have to integrate all those things also, so that will be more helpful.
Yes, sure, ma'am. We will do that as soon as the sir and whatever. So yeah, thank you everyone, and thank you so much, ma'am, for such a viewpoints of yours and such sharing such a wonderful journey and experience. Such a wonderful experience for me also. Thank you everyone. Yeah.